Hello, my dear friends. In today's session, we are going to discuss about tornado, a very disastrous natural calamity. Now, my dear friends, the word tornado comes from Spanish language and it means to twist or turn. A tornado is a whirlwind produced by atmospheric conditions, mainly extremely low pressure during a severe thunderstorm. So tornadoes usually turn counterclockwise. They appear as funnel-shaped columns of violently rotating winds that reach down from a storm and touch the ground. Now, although a tornado is not always visible to the eye, tornadic conditions can still be picked up on radar, or the tornado may become visible once debris and dirt are pulled into it. So, we can say basically that a tornado may also be referred to as a funnel cloud, but this is technically not a correct term. While the two words are sometimes used interchangeably, a funnel cloud is different not in its makeup but in the fact that it does not touch the ground. And another name that is often used to describe a tornado is twister. Now it is also termed as twister due to its violent twisting motion. So my dear friends, let us start with today's interesting session and learn more about tornado. Yes, what is a tornado? Now a tornado is a violent rotating column of air extending from a thunderstorm to the ground. And you might be knowing that the most violent tornadoes are capable of tremendous destruction with a wind speed of up to 300 miles per hour. How devastating it is, right? So they can destroy large buildings, they can uproot trees, and they can hurl vehicles hundreds of yards. They can also drive straw into trees, and damaged parts can be in excess of 1 mile wide to 50 miles long. So in an average year, 1,000 tornadoes are reported nationwide. This is very, very devastating. So my dear friends, I've presented a picture in front of you. This is a picture of a tornado. So my friends, the tornado is one of the most unpredictable and destructive forces of nature, often destroying everything coming in its path. Like here you can see in the picture very clearly. So a tornado is usually preceded by severe storms, which may include lightning, high winds, and frequently hail. And it can change course without notice and is usually accompanied by the roaring sound, or as some describe it as the sound of freight train. So this is what we call as tornado. Now let us see that what thing or what is the instrument which is used to measure this tornado, so that due to its measurement we can come to know about the occurrence of tornado. Yes, my friends, there is something called as Fujita Scale. Now this Fujita Scale measures the strength or intensity of tornadoes, and it uses 5 categories to determine how damaging each storm is. So there are many categories like F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Now this means F1 is considered as moderate, F2 is considered to be significant, F3 is considered to be the severe tornado, F4 is devastating, and F5 is incredible. So there is a designation for F6, but it is considered to be unconceivable. Means with the winds reaching over 319 miles per hour or about 510 kilometers per hour. So, my dear friends, while tornadoes can occur anywhere in the world, there are more tornadoes in the United States each year than in any other country. There is even a section of the US called Tornado Alley, which reaches from the Midwest into the South. The United Kingdom seems to experience quite a few tornadoes as well, and Canada sees its share, although most Canadian tornadoes are classified in the F1 category. So let us have a look at the table. Yes, my dear friends, this is a table which shows the scale. Along with it, it shows the wind speed, the possible damage occurred due to this scale, due to this wind speed, and the enhanced operational Fujita scale, also called as EOF scale. Right? Now, when it is in the F0 scale, that means the wind speed of the tornado is 40 to 70 miles per hour. That means it is the light damage. Means branches broken off trees and minor roof damage is there. And the enhanced operational Fujita scale on which it shows the tornado intensity is 65 to 85 miles per hour. Following considerably in F1 scale, there is a wind speed of 73 to 112 miles per hour, but it is considered to be the moderate damage, and EF1 is 86 to 110 miles per hour. Then comes the F2, which is 113 to 157 miles per hour. It is the considerable damage, and EF2 is 111 to 135 miles per hour. Right? Looking upon the F3 scale, the wind speed is 158 to 206 miles per hour, and the possible damage is termed as the severe damage of this scale, and the EF3 is 136 to 165 miles per hour. Then comes the F4, which has more miles per hour, F5 with the highest miles per hour, 261 to 318, which is followed by the devastating damage, and it is considered as incredible damage, F5, where the strongly built homes completely blow away and automobile-sized missiles are generated, and EF5 is over 200 miles per hour, which is more than obviously F0, F1, F2, and F4. So it is in the increasing order from F0 to F5 that the tornado's wind speed increases, the possible damages increase, and the enhanced operational Fujita scale also increase. Now this is what we call as the measurement, and the intensity of tornadoes is measured actually by Fujita scale. But have we ever gave a thought that how it is formed? So let us see the formation of tornadoes. Yes, formation of tornadoes. Now, my dear friends, most tornadoes, they form from thunderstorms. Means when two air masses like warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico, here we have taken the two examples of the Gulf of Mexico, and cool dry air from Canada. Right? So when these two air masses meet, then they create instability in the atmosphere. And so there is an arise of thunderstorms which enhances the formation of tornado, which increases the formation of tornado. So a change in the wind direction, an increase in wind speed with increasing height creates an invisible horizontal spinning effect in the lower atmosphere. And what happens after that? Yes, rising air within the updraft, it tilts the rotating air from horizontal to vertical, and an area of rotation which is 2 to 6 miles wide. It extends through much of the storm, and most strong and violent tornadoes form within this area of strong rotation. So here you can see that this is the warm humid air, this is the cool dry air, and it gives rise to thunderstorm, finally leading to tornado. So this is what we have to remember. Now, my dear friends, there are several other conditions too, which are basically increasing the formation of the tornadoes, and the thunderstorm clouds also are there with which most tornadoes are associated. So abundant low level moisture is necessary to contribute to the development of the thunderstorm, and a trigger, that means it is needed to lift the moist air aloft, and so it leads to tornado. So once the air begins to rise and become saturated, it will continue rising to great heights to produce a thunderstorm cloud, as you can see here in the diagram, in the picture. If the atmosphere is unstable, then the air begins to rise and it continues rising to great heights to produce a thunderstorm cloud. And an unstable atmosphere is one where the temperature decreases rapidly with height. And atmospheric instability can also occur when dry air overlays moist air near the Earth's surface. And finally, tornadoes usually form in areas where winds at all levels of the atmosphere are not only strong but are also turn with height in a clockwise or veering direction. So my friends, in order to form a tornado, or how do they work? They work in a very typical or a particular manner. Near the ground there is a layer of warm humid air and strong south winds. In the upper atmosphere we'll find colder air and strong west or southwest winds, and the air near the surface is much less dense than the cold dry air aloft, and this condition is called instability. So when this instability takes place, it leads to thunderstorm finally, which leads to tornado. So this is how the formation of tornado occurs. Now, my dear friends, after getting an idea of the formation of tornadoes, we are going to see what is meant basically by a funnel cloud. As I said before, that tornado is also like a funnel cloud, but technically it is not the correct term. So a funnel cloud is a rotating cone-shaped column of air which is extending downward from the base of a thunderstorm but not touching the ground. So let us see the picture of a funnel cloud. Yes, my dear friends, this picture will make a more clear understanding of a funnel cloud. Here you can see it is funnel shaped, and that is why it is termed as funnel. So funnel cloud with upward movement, with upward current, it's going up, and this is the descending air, means it is going against the funnel cloud with upward current, and that is why a cloud is formed, because of these forces, and tornado occurs. Now basically tornadoes can appear as a traditional funnel shape or in a slender rope-like form. Some have a churning, smoky look to them, and other contain multiple vortices, which are small individual tornadoes rotating around a common center. So even others may be nearly invisible, with only swirling dust or debris at ground levels as the only indication of the tornado's presence. So my friends, it is not fully understood about how exactly tornadoes form, grow and die, but tornado researchers are still trying to solve the tornado puzzle. But for every piece that seems to fit, they often uncover new pieces that need to be studied. So my friends, this is a funnel cloud. So my dear friends, because of the natural calamities, there has been much serious damages seen all over the world, nationwide, right? So losses due to tornado is an important point to discuss here, as we know that tornadoes can happen at any time of the year and at any time of the day. Even in the southern states, peak tornado season is from March through May, and peak times for tornadoes in the northern states are during the summer. So, a few southern states have a second peak time for tornado outbreaks in the fall, and tornadoes are most likely to occur between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. So, my dear friends, here you can see the two pictures of the losses which are caused due to tornado. This is a picture of 2001, September 24th, 2001, and it is shown that this is the tornado which has touched down in suburban Maryland, and that was an F3 tornado with winds close to 200 miles per hour, and it touched down at about 5:30 p.m. on a hill on the University of Maryland campus behind the university president's residence and just behind the portable building temporarily then housing the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute headquarters. So, this is the picture of the losses that occurred due to tornado, 24th September 2001. So, my dear friends, natural calamities intend to many such losses like property losses and personal losses, domestic losses too. And there have been noticeable serious damages, or they have been seen due to natural calamities. So we should take care of that, right? So I hope that you liked this session learning about tornadoes. We'll meet in the next session with a new topic. Till then, take care and have a good time.